A narcissist fears one thing above all: losing control. The most powerful move you can make is to show them they never had it. They thrive on attention and emotional chaos, draining your energy until you question your own strength. But you don't need to argue or seek revenge. Reclaim your mind's authority. Today, you'll master 7 Stoic strategies to render them powerless, not through conflict or shouting, but by forging an unbreakable inner fortress, ready to discover how first starve their need for attention. Narcissists feed on your reactions, craving, praise, or conflict alike. The more you react, the stronger they grow. Stoic philosophers knew that what you ignore fades away. I learned this dealing with someone who thrived on endless drama. Every insult, every jab was a trap. When I stopped engaging, their game collapsed. Silence unnerves them more than any outburst. Marcus Aurelius said, "The lion doesn't lose sleep over the opinions of sheep." Ask yourself, what happens when you deny them the attention they crave? Second, set unshakable boundaries. Narcissists despise limits because they strip away their control. I recall a colleague who constantly overstepped late-night calls, last-minute demands. At first, I explained my refusals, justifying myself, but that only fueled their pressure. Then I stopped explaining. I said no and stood firm. The tension was real, but the dynamic shifted. Epictetus taught that you control your mind, not external events. Boundaries aren't walls, they're doors you choose to lock. When was the last time you shut a door without apology? Third, embody stoic calm. Narcissists feed on your reactions, pushing until fear makes you pliable. I once faced a confrontational manager. One day, I chose not to engage. He shouted. I stayed composed, speaking slowly, detached from emotion. The shift was immediate. He faltered, lacking fuel for his fire. Seneca said, "The wise man is content with his lot." Calm isn't weakness, it's strength in disguise. What would happen if you met chaos with silence? Fourth, refuse to justify yourself. Narcissists want you defensive, demanding you explain every choice so they can twist your words. I learned this from a friend who questioned my every decision. At first, I explained, but it was futile. Then I stopped. I said no and left it there. Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't waste time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Act with quiet certainty, and you shut their door of control." What if you let your actions speak instead of explaining? Fifth, succeed in silence. Nothing unsettles a narcissist more than your success beyond their reach. I worked with someone who mocked my every small win, so I stopped sharing them. I focused on my work, letting results speak. Over time, they grew restless, with nothing left to attack. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the best revenge is to be unlike your enemy. Build quietly. Let progress be your answer. What if you stopped proving yourself and became untouchable? Understand the narcissist without falling into their trap. I had a colleague who thrived on conflict. Instead of reacting, I studied his behavior. That taught me more about human nature than any book. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." When you see them as a lesson, not a threat, their power over you fades. Can you observe without being drawn in? That's where true freedom begins. Sixth, practice empathy without attachment. A narcissist feeds on your emotional investment. I learned to acknowledge their perspective without letting it pull me in. This detachment disarms them, leaving them without leverage. Marcus Aurelius said, "Your happiness depends on the quality of your thoughts. When you walk away, you choose freedom over control." I saw a friend trapped in a cycle of manipulation, hoping for change that never came. The day he left was the day he reclaimed his peace. Stoicism teaches that true strength comes from mastering yourself, not others. These 7 strategies aren't about revenge, they're about liberation. Each one pulls you out of their grasp and anchors you in your inner power. When you stop playing their game, you rise above, choose clarity over chaos. Are you ready to reclaim your strength and live untouchable? Share your thoughts and start today.